Everybody, it is time for another episode of the Sports Analyst Podcast. Welcome back. I'm Jared. This is Jessa. Jessa, we just witnessed a great victory by the BYU Cougars. How was Victory Monday?
Victory Monday feels a lot better than Saturday night did. I'm not gonna lie. I think we can all agree that that night took a few years off our life, potentially. Before we
Yes.
get into it, though, I have to ask, what game is your background from? We got the tailgate out.
So, I am not happy you asked. This is
Oh,
from the
sorry.
BYU Boise State game in 2021. But this is, as you can see, my background is a BYU tailgate, and I'm doing it because this week is a bye week for the Falcons. I'll be out in Utah. We will be doing a tailgate pre BYU versus West Virginia. We'll be in the lot in our spot. I don't know how often you guys have been doing this. I've obviously missed the last couple of years.
We
Um,
literally don't do it unless you're in town, by the way. I don't.
all right.
Maybe your family continues the tradition, but I'm looking forward to it.
Well, we are doing one, and we are going balls to the wall this Friday. So everybody, the game is at 8:30. We'll be set up there. I'll probably be there at like 5 or 4, and we'll
Sweet.
just be hanging out, watching football, playing football, eating food. So everybody come out and show up.
Awesome. Love it. All right. To start, I have a hot take.
Yes.
Before we jump into, we got a hot take. We're gonna talk about the BYU game, and then we'll talk about some other stuff regarding college football. Anything else you want to preview before we jump into this?
It is a very thematic episode.
Cool.
Well,
Well,
there's a theme. We'll see if you guys can pick up on it.
yeah, and it doesn't start right now. My hot take, after watching a bunch of different football on a bunch of different channels, this is really quick, but I think all the people who design the score bugs, and if you don't know what a score bug is, it's the little score thingy in the bottom of your screen that says the teams and the score, how many timeouts are left, the time, all of that. They need to get together and coordinate because it feels like sometimes when you're jumping from from channel to channel, it's like you have to reanalyze and reinterpret. Like, what do the timeouts look like? What does the score look like? Like, we've gotten too creative to do this. Find the best
Yep.
way to communicate it, and you can like mess around with the colors and whatever, and the logos. But please, can you make it a little easier to understand what the down and distance is?
Oh
I
my
guess we're
gosh.
because we watch a lot of football, and every
Mhm.
channel, CBS, ESPN, CW, NBC, all of them have different score bugs, and it drives me insane. So,
Right? And ESPN itself has like 16 different score bugs.
what's
And
the deal?
it's so stupid. And I like you said, you can mess with the fonts and the colors and blah blah blah. But if we're gonna do timeouts, let's all do timeouts the same, okay? Let's do the three dots or three dashes. Are we gonna stack them? Are we gonna put them side by side? Are they gonna be under the team? Are they gonna be the left of the team? Are they gonna be the right to the team? Where's the play clock? Is the play clock gonna be right next to the game clock, or is it gonna be off to the side? Is it gonna be red, or is it gonna be white or yellow? And then where's the down and distance? Are there going to be anything else on the screen that we need to take into account? We're going to have records. Are we going to have rankings? Yeah, it is disgusting. The NFL is even worse. Like
Yeah,
Fox's NFL bug makes me want to just drink something that is unhealthy, and yeah. So I'm totally with you. We need to get together and just fix this.
yeah, we need a college football commission, and part of the college football commission, or maybe even NFL commission, is to be in charge of the score bug. When you're the commissioner of college football, can you give me that job? I will gladly take that job.
Oh yes, yep.
Okay,
You will
perfect.
be person 1A. Absolutely.
Great, great. The most important job.
Yep.
That's my hot take. We can move on.
I love it. I love it. All right. So BYU beat Colorado 24-21. We are going to go through the chat and we're going to highlight a couple of our favorite texts from the chat, as we are wont to do here, before we get into the actual game breakdown, because it was a night on Sports Analysts. It was a night, to say the least.
Yeah. Okay. So, a few of my favorites. Just go back and forth, rapid fire, because I
Yep.
have a list. You have a
Yep.
list. Okay. This is right before kickoff. Jackson says our hopes and dreams and mental health rely on the decision making of an 18-year-old boy and A-Rod. Couldn't be more true, and that's how it played out.
Yes. We're so optimistic. We love that. Mental
Woohoo!
health was in a great spot on Saturday night. As shown by Kevin's text, someone please throw A Rod from the booth. So obviously, the offense was ripping.
That whole first quarter. We'll get into it. Oh man, Jackson says called it yesterday. A-Rod has a field goal fetish when we got stopped in the red zone, and Will Ferrin got us points on the board. And then Jacob follows that up with, "Yeah, defense playing like Tuiaki era and offense looking okay was literally my last expectation for this game because at that point, that's how bad our defense was doing."
Yeah, it was very, very ugly, as we will get into later. Here's one from Elliot. For real, Mitchell needs a Xanax. I'm not going to give context because it's funnier without it.
Perfect. Moving on. Um, this one is another one from Elliot. Get your walking shoes on, Kev. Might need a JCW's trip soon. If you know, you know.
Yep, go listen to our episode earlier in the year with Kevin.
Yep.
Um, this one's from Jacob. This was probably text of the night. This is when Parker Kingston came in to return punts again after Tiger fielded one at our own 1 yard line. Why is the worm returning punts again? Get back to your hole, worm.
Oh man, I don't know if that one was appropriately highlighted during the game, but I was on the floor for that one. That's just
So funny.
oh my gosh. Amelia, after Tiger caught a punt in the end zone and then ran it to the 1 yard line because that's a
It's the
really
stupidest thing.
smart thing to do. Uh, M goes, he didn't know that you have to press B. And then followed it up with, or Y, or whatever the actual button is. Clearly, I have the same issue.
That one is great.
So good.
So good, Amelia. So good. It is why, by the way, for everyone
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
wondering.
Yep.
Jessa, this one is from you. This one just made me just cackle and smile. The spirit of Shadur lives when Caden Salter took like a 40-yard sack. Late in the game, too. Like, it was kind of crunch time, and he just took the stupidest, wildest sack. It was a Shadur sack. It was a Shadur,
It was
where
a Shudder
let's
sack.
just prance around and then go down.
Yeah. Let's run in the opposite direction we're supposed to run in.
Right,
Good idea.
right.
Hmm.
Good idea.
And we'll wrap this up with one from you. Somebody, this is after our really good drive to end the half when there was only 3 minutes left of the first half.
Mm.
And Jared, you go, somebody blindfold A-Rod for the rest of the game and tell him there's only 3 minutes left every time we get the ball.
Hey, if it
It
works,
would
it
work.
works, okay?
It
We
would
need to
work.
be, it's creative problem solving, okay?
Really
If it
though,
works, it works.
it works. It works. Oh
All right.
man, let's
That
get
was a
into it.
fun one. It was a great night on Sports Analysts. Maybe
Hmm.
not the greatest night in Boulder. Um, we're going to do, there's a great movie. Some call it the best Western. I don't know why I'm doing like the Trump hands right now. Um, but some people call it the best Western movie of all time. It is the good, the bad, and the ugly. We want to end on a positive note, though, so we're doing the ugly, the bad, and the good from BYU, Colorado. So let's start with the ugly, Jessa. There definitely was a fair share of ugly in this game. What stands out to you at this point?
We kind of talked about it already, but the entire first quarter, get
Yep.
down 14-0. Their first two drives on defense, we allowed 150 yards in their first two drives that both ended in touchdowns. We weren't tackling. We had two D tackles in like every single gap, every other gap, and then the other gap was led wide open. And so they just run right through them. They were averaging like 7.7 yards a play. And you kind of sit there and you're like, this was the same defense that was allowing 5 yards a game. What is
Yeah.
going on? So you kind of have this like this 5 stages of grief moment where you're like, oh, our defense is human. That's kind of tough. So that first quarter was rough. That was, to put it in a word, ugly. It was gross.
Very, very ugly. This kind of brings me back to a theme of the whole season is that we are starting slow. Like for some reason, we come out of the gates and we are slow. We're bad. And like their starting energy, like Kalani was talking in the post game and everything about it, how it was just uncharacteristic and everyone's trying to do too much. We need to start faster because if we come out slow against a good team, Colorado, not a good team. If we come out slow against a good team, we will lose.
Yeah, we're gonna dig ourselves such a deep hole that it's going to be impossible to come out of.
Yep.
Agreed. Okay, on the same note, this one was kind of throughout the whole game, where we'll talk about the offense and maybe some of the good that we saw from the offense. I don't know. But something that was bad is, can we stop going backwards? We had
Oh,
5 TFLs, and you can put all you want on like penalties. I'm not even talking about penalties. I'm talking about plays that were run and just got absolutely blown up for negative yards. That's just like, can we not do that? I would rather hand it off to LJ in between the tackles and him get no gain than run a little bubble screen whoop de woo over to the right that is poorly blocked by 2 of the 3 wide receivers because Carson Ryan never misses a block. Right? But and then it goes negative, and then A-Rod punts on the possession, and we literally punt, you know? So that was the other ugly thing, is the negative offensive plays were just disgusting to me.
and again, this it comes out to the starts as well. The starts of drives, right? We can't have these at the beginning of drives. We can't like get the ball and then go backwards because then, as we know, A Rod is going to just punt the ball twice, or like punt, and then actual
Yeah.
punt. Um, we need to start faster and we need to go upfield. I hate that we don't go upfield enough. Like we need to go upfield more. And I mean, we'll get into that with the offense, but it felt like we maybe took a step in that direction later in the game.
Yeah, for sure. Let's talk about the bad. Start us off with your thoughts. Okay, so we talked about the really ugly. Now we're getting
Yep.
a little better, but it's still bad.
Yes, and it was hard for me in this activity. It's just a good activity. This was hard for me because I want to do like bad, medium, good, but
Yeah.
that's not the exercise, right? This is ugly, bad, good. So the bad, this was kind of on the edge, but I put it in the bad because I don't feel comfortable putting it in the good, is the passing game. And honestly, the wide receiver core in general. Like, we saw the flashes. We saw a couple flashes in this game that we haven't seen at all, I don't think. And maybe that's because of our competition in the past. Like, it hasn't flashed to me. It felt like we saw a little bit of it, but like, Bear only had 179 yards passing, and we only had 5 people catch a football, and it was 3 receivers, running back, and a tight end. So like, we're not really spreading the ball around. Like, yes, there was a not a super bad distribution. Like Chase had 5, Cody Hagan had a couple touches, Parker had a couple touches, like 4, 5, 3, right? So it wasn't like disproportionately uneven distribution, but it's just like there's not, it never felt like we were clicking in the passing game. We'd have a good drive where it's like, oh my gosh, we passed the ball down the field and we scored, and then we'd come out the next possession and like there would be nothing. So I worry about our passing offense, and we'll get into the offense as a whole a little bit later, like you alluded to. But I'm just not seeing it. I'm not seeing it when they block. I'm not seeing it when they run routes. I'm not seeing it after the catch either. So I I don't know. A lot of first downs in the passing game came on PIs. Like, let's be honest. There was a couple of holding penalties, the one on Parker, right? Now, if there isn't the holding, does he cook them and we score a big touchdown? Maybe. But I don't know. I just haven't seen it yet, so I'm putting it in the bad category because I'm not definitely not going to put it in the good category.
Yeah, agreed. There was a little bit of, well, this is what I saw from our offense. Like, the good pass plays were when guys were wide open because of route combinations and just good play calls, right?
Yes, scheming people open.
Right, scheming people open. I don't know that our wide receivers can get open one on one. Maybe Chase can, but Chase is not
Ex-
fast. He's a good route runner, right?
exactly. Yes.
So we'll have to see. Also, we were missing Moa, and Moa is a great receiving back. And so
True.
it definitely, I mean, you saw when Enoch fell on his face trying to split out. That might have been a touchdown on third or second and 3 on the 5 yard line. So, or 6 yard line or whatever. But I would agree. And then the other thing I'll say is our secondary concerns me.
Mm, yep.
Just not Evan Johnson. Evan Johnson, you are exempt. You are exempt from
Dog.
this. But I think we're missing Jonathan Cabea, who's our nickel, and Tommy Prasis
Yep.
is filling in as a nickel, and that's not his position.
Well, I think Tommy
I
got injured later in the game as well.
Yeah, he did. And I've seen several missed tackles. So we'll have to see how that looks. I'm not saying that it's ugly. I'm saying it concerns me. It seems like we're missing assignments, but we will see. I believe in Tanner Wall and I believe in Evan Johnson. So we'll see.
Yeah, we're leaving it open to improvement. We are not
Yep.
burning the house down just yet.
Yep.
Jessa, you have this one on there, but I 100% agree with this one. Bears run vision. There were several times. Kinley is like half asleep on my lap because she had work that day and she's like super tired. She's like asleep during the game. And I didn't even know she was awake. And Bear, it was like near the goal line, and Bear does his little like run to the right where he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna go here. Wait, oh, I'm gonna go here. Oh, wait, look, there's my offensive like lineman's butthole. Let me squeeze up in there real quick." And like I thought Kinley was asleep, and she just goes, "Why doesn't he just run forward?" And I was like, "Thank you." Like my asleep wife can see it. Why can't Bear see it? And so that like is a little worrying. He just loves contact so much, which is great. That's cool. 47, sick. I promise you, if you try and run the ball 15 times like that for every game, like you're not gonna last.
Yeah.
Like you can't do that for a full season. I mean, he can prove me wrong. This isn't ugly, right? It's just bad. He can prove us wrong. I just don't think that's sustainable.
Yeah, it's so interesting. In the pocket, he'll like sometimes he'll avoid rushers. Okay, he's not the best at it, right? But he'll like find the green grass in the pocket, find the space in the pocket, right? Once he gets out of the pocket, he's like, "Where's the defender? Where's my blocker? I want to go give them a hug." Like, just go to the green grass, my dude. But I love that that's my biggest complaint about him as well. I would
True, true.
so much rather him have 10 touchdowns total and 0 turnovers, but he just cannot. He is a horse when he gets out of the pocket
Yeah,
with his little blinders.
blinders.
Yeah. Oh man, so I'm hopeful. He's 18, so that
Yep.
should improve. I would be very surprised if
Yep.
it didn't.
And
But it's
I,
kind of
like you said,
hilarious.
I'd much rather have him be like wanting too much contact than have him be like a baby and like not want to get hit, right? Like
Yeah,
much rather have it this way. So I'm not complaining about that.
totally. I think that's a good transition into the good of the game. And
Yes.
I'll start us off with something that Kalani said in the post game presser and again in media days, and I think Chase said it, which is the adversity.
Mm,
Getting down early as a team galvanizes you, especially when you're able to overcome it. So it was an ugly game, and I would not have wished for that. I did not wish for that. I did not want that. I wanted a win, right? And a win
yep.
is a win, but the adversity, because we won, is really good for the guys to say, "Oh, even if we get down, we're not going to roll over and we're not going to feel bad about ourselves." Right? We're going to
Yep.
believe that we can come back, and so our effort is not going to dip. That was I think my favorite thing of the weekend.
Yep. No, I'm totally with you. The fact that we got down 14-3 or whatever it was, and then we came back and won the game. Like I didn't think that was possible with our offense. I'm not gonna lie, I did not think that was possible. No way. If you would ask me before the game, I'd be like, nope. Two score. It's like when Penn State gets down two scores. It's like,
Yeah.
nope, just punt the ball away, right? Like this game is over. Somehow, both us and Penn State, the Penn State lost, but we came back, and that was very impressive to me. I would say that is good, and from an offensive perspective, good. I don't know if I would say it's great because I was still not very impressed with our offense. Like looking at the stats, going over the game in my head and rewatching like the highlights, like there's nothing that I think this offense can truly hang their hat on yet. Like we can't really say we are an X team. Like yes, we ran the ball for 200 yards, but freaking everybody has been running. Like Wyoming ran the ball for 170 yards on this Colorado team. So it's not like they have a super good run defense, right? So I don't know if this offense can really say that they're great at anything, but it was good that we were able to come down from two scores and be able to win the game. And also on the defensive side as well, right? That they were just gave up those two huge, terrible drives, locked down for the rest of the game, basically.
Yep. They allowed 7 more points the entire rest of the game. The first 2
Right.
drives, touchdown, touchdown, and then 7 more points the rest of the game, which I did not realize that at the end of that game. I thought our defense played terrible. And then you go back and you actually study it, and you're like, oh, okay. Actually, we did all right. Jay Hill got those
Yeah.
boys back, and I think that's what is it? A positive of towards our coaches. And we knew Jay Hill was awesome, but
Yeah.
Yeah, the offense did enough to win the game,
Yep.
which I'm not going to complain about that. Was it pretty?
A win is a
Yeah.
win, right?
A win is a win. A win is a win. Okay. Here's another positive thing. We allowed 0 sacks. LJ had some absolute pancakes in pass pro. Like that dude is doing awesome as far as pass protection goes. So that was a plus. 0 sacks. That's awesome.
Absolutely. And there's nothing that warms my heart better than a running back that just loves pass blocking. Like
Yeah.
Travion Henderson and what was his name? Quinshon Judkins. Those guys would annihilate people who would try and rush the passer last year for Ohio State. It's just I love seeing a linebacker be like, "Oh, I'm gonna eat this running back up, get to the quarterback," and then just gets absolutely lambasted. So very good to see on both a schematic perspective and an effort and execution standpoint from the pass protection group.
Yeah. What else was anything else positive for you?
I mean, we kind of talked about it with the offense. I would label this offense as like good is the absolute highest I will go on this offense right now. I'm not willing to say a single thing better than good about this offense. That's
Yeah.
basically it. And then I guess we do have to throw in Jack Kelly and Isaiah Glasker. I mean, the last play was kind of the epitome of what those two are for our offense or for our defense, right? Jack Kelly just like this nasty. I mean, he was on the prowl. He was on the prowl. He was cougar on the
Yeah.
prowl, stalking his prey, goes up, forces a bad pass, and then Glasker finishes it off. Like those two are very good, and we are very lucky to have both of them on our team right now.
And I hope both of them kill it in the league when they go. Jack Kelly, that's another really good. If you're talking about something awesome, when we started spying the quarterback, he killed it as a spy. He's fast. Both of those guys. We have fast linebackers.
Right, I had no idea how fast Jack Kelly was. I thought he was this big burly guy, which he is, but wow, that guy can move.
Yeah, when he would close on Caden Salter, he got there. His angles were
Yep.
good. Yeah, great adjustment by Jay Hill. We were well prepared for that. I think that sums it up pretty well
Yeah.
on how the game went. I'm glad we got the win, and now we move on
Yep.
to next week. 4-0. I'm so woohoo! I'm never gonna complain about a 4-0. I don't care if we win by
Nope.
one every single game. I will never complain about 4-0.
Never complain and never apologize
Yeah,
for your winning
exactly right.
record, right?
Yep.
Um, all right, let's get into the week 5 of college football because this was an absolute banger of a weekend. Just every single slate from Friday on was banger after banger after banger. Like every single game on Friday night was a like eyes glued to the television game, and then that just continued into Saturday and played all the way through the night with BYU Colorado. Um, we had a little bit of a Western theme with the good, the bad, and the ugly, or the ugly, the bad, and the good. We're actually going to stick with it because we're like we're throwing all our thoughts out onto the page, and it just so happened that all of our thoughts perfectly reflected the top 10 highest rated Western films on the Letterboxd app. Which, if you're not on Letterboxd app, you should get on there. It's very fun. You should follow me. Um, but it just so happened that all of these thoughts just randomly matched up exactly with the top 10 Western movies of all time as rated by users on Letterboxd. So we are actually going to use that list to talk about all the top stories in college football, starting with the good, the bad, the ugly, which we just covered, but then moving on to the 1968 box office surprise of the year with a 4.4 on Letterboxd, Once Upon a Time in the West. Okay? And let me just say this, Jesso. Once Upon a Time in the West, USC was a good football team. That's it. That's my pitch for the movie.
That's the end. Yep.
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 Once upon a time, pre Lincoln Riley. I don't trust Lincoln Riley. I think
Nope.
maybe I did when he was at Oklahoma. Maybe I shouldn't have. But his USC days, I do not trust him. And honestly, last week when we said Illinois, who USC went and played, was going to give up a 50 burger 2 weeks in a row, that was a terrible take. Freezing cold. Freezing cold. Maybe Indiana's just that good. I don't know. But USC lost by 2 to Illinois, who
Yep.
gave up 63 the week before.
Yep. And we said it also, we said going in, we said USC should kill them, right? Like we like you said, we said they should put up a 50 burger twice in a row. Guess what? We also said that if they don't, That is an indictment upon USC. And that's exactly what this is. Once upon a time, you were a good team. You're not anymore. You are done. You are an outcast. You are now relegated to the Minnesota and Wisconsin level of the Big Ten, okay? You are irrelevant unless you're playing Maryland and Rutgers. And Maryland might beat both of these teams this year. USC, we're done. We're done. It's like, no, you are not competitive. You had your chance. You are dead until further notice.
Yeah,
That's,
once upon a time in the West, they were good, but
yep,
no longer.
no longer.
Yep.
Um, all right, number three here is Django Unchained. This is a highly rated R movie. Very rated R. 2012, 4.3 on Letterboxd. Great flick. Haven't actually seen it, but I've seen enough clips to know that it's not for the faint of heart. Also for the faint of heart, we're talking about Django Unchained. How about that Virginia student section? There was that Florida State guy drops the pass in the end zone. They are still digging him out. Reports are coming out of Blacksburg that they are still trying to get him out of the ground after he was trampled by about 7,500 Virginia Cavaliers. Um, that was absolutely insane. Is Virginia good? Is Florida State bad? I don't really know, but it was awesome to watch.
It was awesome to watch. That West Virginia crowd, not West Virginia, Virginia crowd, we'll get to West Virginia,
We'll get to
was
them.
one of the best I've seen through the TV, right? You talk about crowds who are pumping you up on the couch. That was the game of the weekend in my mind.
Yep.
It was
Yeah.
great. It's totally
Yep.
unchained.
Very
Wonderful.
unchained.
Okay, number four. We're gonna talk about the Treasure of the Sierra Madre,
Hmm.
1948 with a 4.3.
Classic.
Mm.
Grandpa would know about this one. Sierra Madre actually translates in Spanish, literally, rather loosely, but literally, to Mountain Mama. Okay? We said we were going to bring up West Virginia. Here it is. The treasure of the Mountain Mama. What is the treasure of the Mountain Mama? What redeeming factors does West Virginia have? BYU plays West Virginia this week. The Utes absolutely stomped them. Devin Dampier, Heisman talk absolutely reignited right now. He's top of the draft boards. Um, is West Virginia the worst team in the Big 12?
They sure look like it. No other team in the Big 12 has lost to Ohio, just lost to Tulsa, I guess, Oklahoma State. So it's a battle between those two. Yeah. Yeah, the Utes absolutely massacred them. I usually go back and watch film on our next opponent. I will not be watching that game. So,
Yep. Yeah.
they bad.
Hard pass. Hard pass. We do know now what we need to do on Friday night. It
Which is,
needs to be greater than 48 to 10.
yeah.
49 to 10, 48 to 0, fine. Needs to be better.
And we'll talk about why that won't happen next episode. Woohoo! Oh my gosh.
Um,
All right, go ahead to number
Number
five.
number five, the man who shot Liberty Valance. Okay, I know who it is. I know who shot Liberty Valance. It was Drew Alar. Okay, Drew Alar shot this. I don't know if that's a man or a woman, but maybe it's just a metaphor for Penn State's hopes of being anything more than just absolute mediocrity this year. It's done. It's done. Drew, like it's just Penn State. Penn State. It is like ever since the Jerry Sandusky whole thing. Like they've been cursed by the gods. They will never ever be competent. They will never ever beat the big boys table. I don't care what they do in the playoffs. They will never win a national title. They'll never win the Big Ten. They just can't do it. They can't do it. Again, like USC. Okay, you are not at the big boy table anymore. So go sit down, you freaking 6-year-old.
And it kind of
Go back to
sucks
your
for
hole,
them
worm.
because guess what? The AP poll and the media is going to be like, no, 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 they're a top 10 team. And then people are going
Hmm.
to ask, wait, can they beat a top 10 team? Can they beat a top 50, like, can they beat a good team? And they're like, well,
Yeah,
no, but like, it's Penn State, so they should be in the top 10.
exactly.
Absolutely. I am getting infuriated at this. Please don't put them
Yeah,
in there if they can't win a big game. Please. Drew Aller with
right?
another masterclass poo-poo performance. He played fine, but his team lost.
Yep. His team lost, and he threw a pick to end the game, which is kind of
It
ironically
was a
poetic.
bad pick into triple coverage.
I don't know what he was
Famous
thinking.
fan. He
I
was
don't
thinking
know.
in his press conference. He said, "If I had just thrown it higher, it would have gotten there." No, 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 no. The safety was
No,
coming back.
you
It was
not see
if
the
he didn't get
safety?
it. Yeah, bad read. That's all you got to say. Next question. Gosh. All right,
Oh
go to
my
number
gosh.
6. Here we go.
Yep. All right, this one is called The New Land. All right. Never even heard of this movie. It's got a really weird movie poster, 1972, 4.2 on Letterboxd.
Hmm.
All right, Alabama, this is for you. Okay, welcome to your new land. It's called the College Football Amusement Park. There's a bunch of roller coasters, and guess what? There's no parents allowed, so little Daddy Saban isn't going to save you from the roller coaster ride, okay? You don't just get to go sit over at the elitist, like, propaganda table and just spin your little iced tea or whatever, okay? Your iced tea lemonade, all right? You are riding the roller coaster. Welcome to the shit show, brother, okay? This is called losing at Florida State, who won 2 games last year by 14 points, and then you go out and you beat Georgia at Georgia. Welcome to the roller coaster. Fans, shut up and just eat it, okay? It's fun. I promise.
We're moving on. We're moving on. That's it. Nothing to add. Nothing to add. Alabama won. If you didn't know, they beat
Yeah.
Georgia. Great. All right, let's go to number 7. What we got?
For a few dollars more, dot, 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 you could get a new TV because you need TVs to watch all the football. And we had a litany of beautiful games that I promise you, 99% of people did not watch. Minnesota, 31-28, fourth quarter comeback. Stanford, 30-29, fourth quarter comeback over San Jose State. So I shouldn't have said the San Jose State team.
Yeah, yeah,
Stanford
yeah.
won a football game.
Stanford won.
Cincinnati, 37-34 over Kansas. That was electric football. Hawaii had a crazy shootout with Air Force. If you don't know, take every over Air Force is in a game of. Okay, ULL 54-51 double OT over Marshall, and San Diego State won 6-3 over NIU. But you didn't know that one. So you
Nope.
need another TV, everyone. You need a TV to watch these games.
Yep. And that's not even the primetime games. Are you kidding me? There you
Right?
go. Oh, such a great week. Okay, Unforgiven is number 8 in
Yep.
1992 at a 4.2. Tell us why.
Jessa, I'm sorry I'm going on so many rants, but the
This is
AP
so
poll.
good. I'm not complaining. Listen, I could pipe in here, but we're rolling. Let's go.
The AP poll is unforgiven, okay? You are not forgiven for the sins that you are committing. These are the unforgivable curses. Is every single week is another Avada Kedavra to every college football fan's heart, okay? You're talking about Florida State smacking Alabama by 2 touchdowns. They lose in double overtime on the road to a 4-1 West Virginia team, or 4-1 Virginia
Virginia.
team. I'm going to stop making that mistake eventually. Um, and then they drop below Alabama. Why is Alabama jumping 10 spots? They beat Georgia, who couldn't even put away Austin P in the first half. I don't understand. And then Iowa and Indiana. Indiana, like, was not in control of the game. They got so lucky with their win, and yet they jump up like 4 spots. The AP poll is going to make me lose my mind, and I'm going to stop talking about it because we're running out of time, and also I'm running out of voice. I need a drink.
And luckily, it's not the first time we've brought this up. Okay, this is yet another. It happens every week, and will continue to happen. We'll be pissed about next week's poll. Honestly, I'm kind of pissed that we're ranked number 23 because I don't think we deserve it. Okay, don't put us up there. Okay, we haven't done anything. Um,
100% with you.
that that goes for everybody. The AP's stupid. All right. Hey, let's go up to Logan, Utah. Rio
We
Bravo,
shall.
1959. I know this one. 4.2.
Oh, yes, Jessa loves this movie. Uh, Bravo for Utah State for making Vanderbilt put up 50 to feel good about their win. Utah State handled these guys. Obviously, they lost by 20. They put up 35 on Vandy. Utah State is good, okay? Watch out.
Yeah, again, you talk about stacking your non-con to learn about your team to get ready for conference play. Utah State has done that very well. And in the G5, that's what you got to do. If they go undefeated in the Mountain West, who knows what could happen for them? I mean, obviously you got to take it week by week, but they look good, and I think they're going to be a fun team to watch as we go into conference play.
Yep, definitely. All right, last two here, real quick. Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. This Butch Cassidy, Kurt Signetti, Sundance Kid. Francisco Mendoza, whatever the frick his name is, Fernando. Watch out for these guys, okay? These guys are bandits. They'll either pants you and beat you by 50, or they'll just walk in and pickpocket you for a win at Iowa and then run out of the back of the end zone for a safety at the end of the game. These guys are
Yeah.
dangerous. Watch out for Indiana.
They can win pretty, they can win ugly. I didn't know that Butch Cassidy was not just a movie character. Didn't know he was real until 2 years ago. I kid you not. Didn't know that Indiana was real until this year either. So I think they
Yep.
might be. I think they might be. And let's wrap it
Yep.
up with just this random Western that I found because we can't end the episode without talking about Josh Hoover, the shootist. All right? The shootist. All right, we're back. The Shootist, if I haven't said that enough. I literally don't know what this movie is. Same way we don't know who Josh Hoover is. We knew he was a gunslinger, right? And house for four turnover worthy plays? Or was it three interceptions, two fumbles? Was it five turnovers? Can't remember.
Oh,
He had lots, okay?
yes,
I looked
lots.
it up. And we came into this freaking gassing him up last week.
Yeah, we
And the
did.
man has absolutely murdered any chance at him becoming Heisman from that single performance. It was disappointing, to be honest. I was rooting for TCU. But if they're not the guy, then they're not that guy, pal. You know?
Yep. Yep.
No,
And they're not
really.
that guy. I don't
They're
think
not that guy.
TCU is that guy.
Same
They,
with Baylor.
yep. Which sucks for us in our preseason predictions, but I mean
Exactly.
that goes to show why preseason predictions are stupid. That's the whole point of that why we did them is to illustrate to you how stupid it is to assume that you know anything about football before actually watching football.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that about wraps it up, Jess. What's the last Western movie that you actually watched?
Apple Dumpling Gang, probably.
Oh, nice,
Have you seen that one?
nice. Yeah, a very very long
That's a
time ago.
call classic. Yeah.
Yes, that is
I don't even know if
100% a
you can
movie I saw at
categorize that.
grandma and grandpa's house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On VHS in their
Prob-
little movie room.
Yep.
100%.
Yeah, exactly.
What's the last one you watched?
I watched Eddington over the summer. Um, the modern western, very good. I would highly recommend it. It is a great. It's a what's the word? Dark comedy. It is a political commentary. Very good movie if you're into that sort of thing, which obviously I am very much so. Uh, but yeah, anyway, back to football. Yeah, it was a great weekend of college football. BYU won, and literally that's like all we can really ask for. And so yeah, we'll be back on Wednesday. I will see you all at the tailgate on Friday night. I better. If you're anywhere close to Provo, then show up and show out. It's going to be a fun game. Hopefully, BYU wins by 50. But who knows? Maybe we'll be back here next Monday talking about another 24-21 victory, and we might have to. We'll have an alarm bell just in the background looming ominously. Um, yeah, we'll see. Should be a fun game though.
Yep, it should be. Thanks so much, Jared, for this awesome rundown. Thank you all for listening. Talk to you next time.